Okay, Assalamualaikum to our Vehicle Brake System lecturer, Professor Madya TS Dr. Muhammad Zahir bin Hassan. Today, me and my group members will present about Lab 5, Side Slip Test, measuring the car weight, adherence and brake test. Okay, for this next slide is our lab team, our group members. So, the first one is me, myself, Ibrahim bin Norazahar Shahjapta. My metric number is B1323100051. The second members is Muhammad Isma Daniel Norizwan. His number metric is B1323100070. Our third members is Muhammad Amin Muhaimin bin Alias. His metric number is B1323100127. So our last group members is Muhammad Mindat bin Suhaimi. His metric number is B1323100098.
Terima balik. Ni kalau pakung yang buat maki takkan. Okey, break. Okey, ni tengok ini untuk break depan. Okey, saya start Handbrake turun. Okey, steering pegang. Kontrol dulu. Okey, hati-hati kawan-kawan. Tekan brake. Tekan. Okey, good. Okey, ke depan. Balaki sikit. Ini ya. Lagi. Wait. Okey. Okey. Okey, lagi depan. Sikit. Oh. Belakang balik. Okey, dah okey. Okey. Balik. Okey. Alright, tekan brake sikit. Tak mati tak mati. Tekan ni. Dah, gagal. Okey. Itu je lah. Procedure. Okey, handbrake buat ni. Handbrake buat. Okay, start tau. Kita kan handbrake tu dulu. Tekan Okey, naik brake. Okay, naik brake pun gagal. Okay. Alright, dah cukup. Depan. Dah. Alright, dah betul. Okay. Sampai mana tadi result tadi?
Moving to the result of this lab experiment. For the result of this lab, we have found that this lab have a failed result. That means some part of the braking system are not working properly. The first is for the front brake. The left and right brake force are within a normal limit, which is the brake difference is only 5%. It means front brake are working fine. But as we see in the rear brake, this is the main reason of the failure in this experiment. For the rear left brake, the force that come out is 2750 Newton, and for the right rear brake, the force is only 250 Newton. As we see, the difference is extremely large. The brake difference is 91%. This means the rear brake of this car have a large issue and problem. One side of the rear brake is working, but the other side is almost not braking at all. This is dangerous because it can make the vehicle pull to one side during braking. Also, we observe the parking brake, or we call it handbrake. The handbrake require minimum at 16%, and the actual result is 12%. So that means the parking brake is too weak, meaning that it could not hold the vehicle properly, especially on the slope. For the graph result of the experiment, the line rise smoothly and equally. This is mean the front brake respond normally and are balanced. But for the rear brake graph, the red line, which is the left brake, rise sharply, and the back line, which is a right brake, is almost flat. This means the right rear brake is extremely weak. It is because the 91% difference shown in the table. For the bottom graph, which is parking brake graph, the curve rise slowly and lose not reach a high value. This means that the parking brake force is too low. So overall, the graph shows normal front brake but very weak rear and rear and parking brake on the right side. That's why the vehicle failed the test.
So this is the result of Proton Wajah. As you can see here, this is the Proton Wajah data. So in this piece of paper, we have weight, brake force, and pedal. So for the weight, we have front and rear. So braking force, we have front and parking. So this is the result for the Proton Wajah. We also have the brake efficiency percent. Have limit, which is for service, emergency, parking isolated vehicle, parking vehicle plus trailer. So they have limits. Each part have limit, and yes, this is the result for Proton Wajah. And we compare to Nazaria, which is what model have more efficiency in braking. Next, for discussion, number 1, brake force difference, left versus right. According to Malaysia's Puspacar regulations, the difference in brake force between the left and right wheels must be less than 30% to ensure stable braking performance. A difference above this limit can cause the vehicle to pull to one side during braking, leading to steering instability and increased stopping distance. The balanced braking force ensures even tire grip and maintains directional control during emergency stop. Number 2, adherence difference above 10%. When the adherence tire to roller friction difference exceeds 10%, it indicates uneven tire traction, possibly due to unequal tire pressure, surface wear, or the suspension issues. This condition reduces braking efficiency and can cause the car to skid or lose control on slippery roads. Consistent adherence is vital for maintaining stability and maximizing braking performance. The last one, brake force results, roller test. From the roller testing result, the braking force readings for each wheel show the overall braking efficiency and balance to the system. A uniform and linear increase in braking force indicates that the hydraulic system and brake linings are functioning properly. Any fluctuation or sharp variation in the graph suggests uneven wear or malfunction within the brake circuit. Proper maintenance such as regular brake fluid checks and plate pad replacement helps maintain these optimal readings.
Alright, we have reached for the end of the slide, so I will talk about the conclusion of this lab. From the side slip, adherence and brake test, the vehicle's braking system was verified to be in good condition and within Puspakom safety standards. The brake force difference was below 30% and adherence variation remained within acceptable limits, indicating proper alignment, balanced hydraulic performance and stable tire contact. The test demonstrates the importance of periodic brake inspection to ensure vehicle safety, even braking distribution and consistent handling under all driving conditions. Thank you very much.